All right, welcome back, everybody, to Lucky Fortune English. I'm Vincent.
And I'm Ginny.
And we're really excited for this one. We are diving deep into 2025, and specifically your financial forecast. It's going to be broken down by Zodiac sign, of course.
Of course, yes. Everyone wants to know how to make most of their money, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Is it a year for big investments? Should we buckle down and save? Or maybe start that side hustle you've been dreaming of?
Well, we've consulted the stars, metaphorically speaking, of course. We've got some pretty fascinating insights for the year ahead, so let's get right to it.
Absolutely. Let's jump in. Now, before we get into specific signs, is there anything interesting, any overarching trends we should be aware of for 2025?
You know, there is actually. The economic predictions for 2025 it's almost like a tale of two halves.
Ooh, okay.
So the first part of the year, it looks pretty stable, nothing too crazy. But then things get really interesting in the second half. There's a big potential for growth, but it's also going to require us to be adaptable and maybe even a little bit daring.
Daring, huh? That sounds kind of exciting.
It is. It is. There's going to be a lot of opportunity out there, but we got to be ready to seize it. All right, so should we jump into the signs?
Let's do it. And what better place to start than with our always on-the-go Aries?
Always ready to charge ahead, those Aries.
Exactly. So what kind of year are they looking at financially? Should they be charging ahead or holding back?
Think of it more like a marathon, not a sprint. The first few months of the year, Aries might need to be extra careful with their spending.
Oh, okay. So pump the brakes a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. But don't worry, things start looking up as the year progresses, especially if they can channel all that fiery energy into their career goals. We're seeing increased income and much more stability as they head into the second half of the year.
Sounds like patience is key for Aries early on.
Absolutely. Lay that groundwork and then watch things take off.
Speaking of laying groundwork, what about our grounded Taurus friends? What does 2025 have in store for them?
Taurus is all about stability, right?
Okay.
Well, good news. That's exactly what the first half of the year has in store for them. Just a nice, steady, balanced financial flow.
Sounds pretty good.
It is. But then July hits and things get really interesting.
Okay, what happens in July?
Our sources show a really strong link between career and finances for Taurus during this period. It's like their skills are suddenly in super high demand, especially if they're running their own business.
That entrepreneurial spirit, huh?
Absolutely. This is their time to shine.
Well, that makes me think about Gemini, right? Always looking for new opportunities.
Right. Always the multitaskers.
What does their financial landscape look like in 2025?
Oh, Gemini's in for a fascinating year. The regular income, that stays pretty consistent. But here's the kicker. It's their potential for success with alternative investments that really stands out.
Alternative investments, huh? Like what?
Think digital currencies, niche art collecting, things that are kind of off the beaten path, maybe a little risky for some folks.
Oh, so perfect for a Gemini.
Yeah, exactly. This could be the year that they really take a chance and see those unique investments pay off big time.
Always thinking outside the box, those Geminis. Now, what about Cancer? Will they be riding that wave of alternative investments, or is there something else in store for them?
Cancer's year is kind of a mirror image of Aries, actually.
Okay, so start slow.
Exactly. It might be a little bit slow in terms of income growth, but as they move through the year, their career luck really takes off. And here's the interesting part. Our sources show a very real possibility of unexpected financial gains for Cancer.
Like what? Finding a $20 bill on the ground.
Maybe. But think inheritances, surprise bonuses, maybe even winning a lottery. Definitely a year to keep an eye out for those lucky breaks.
So patience for Aries and a bit of a wild card for Cancer. Now, what about our tension-loving Leos? Are they going to be showered with financial blessings this year?
Leos actually need to exercise some caution in 2025.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yeah. While their income remains stable, there is a chance for some volatility when it comes to investments. It's not the best year for taking those big risks.
So maybe just stick to what they know.
Exactly. The key here is for Leos to really channel that natural leadership into career advancement. That's where the steady, reliable growth is going to be.
So a year for Leos to shine in their careers, but maybe hold off on those high-stakes poker games.
Probably a good idea.
All right, so how about Virgo? Always the meticulous planner. What's their financial picture looking like?
This year, Virgo might find themselves needing to be extra resourceful.
Okay, how so?
Well, there's a chance of decreased income or increased expenses, so finding ways to boost their earnings is going to be really crucial.
So side hustle time.
Side hustle is definitely on the table. Our sources suggest that a side hustle could be very, very beneficial for Virgo this year. And we're not talking just any side hustle. This is something that really plays to their strengths. Offering those organizational skills, maybe becoming a virtual assistant.
So turn those talents into some extra cash.
Exactly.
All right, now let's talk about Libra, the sign of balance. What's on their financial horizon?
Well, for Libra, 2025 is all about maintaining that equilibrium. While their main income, it might be kind of average, hard work and dedication is going to lead to some steady progress.
So keep at it.
Yeah, just stay the course. The real advice here is to avoid those impulse purchases and stick to a well thought out budget. That careful approach is really going to pay off big time for Libra in the long run.
Always good advice.
Right. Budgeting is never a bad idea. Now, are you ready for the sign everyone is a little curious about?
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about. Scorpio?
Scorpio.
Is it a year of financial power plays or something different?
Buckle up because Scorpio's financial forecast is looking very, very promising.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
We're seeing potential for growth in both their primary income and their investments. This could be a year for Scorpio to build some serious wealth, but even with all that luck, it's still important to make smart choices and avoid getting swept up in anything too risky.
Yeah, don't get too carried away. So a powerful year for Scorpio, but with a touch of caution.
Always a good idea. All right, so what about free-spirited Sagittarius? Any big financial adventures in store for them?
Yeah, will they be off globe-trotting and spending all their money, or will they be reeling it in?
For Sagittarius, 2025 is a year of steady growth.
Okay.
Think slow and steady wins the race. Their main income, it's going to increase gradually, and there are opportunities for some smart investments that would yield really nice returns. But here's the thing. Sagittarius needs to watch those impulse purchases.
Oh, that sounds tough for Sagittarius.
It might be. That spontaneous trip might be super tempting, but it's better to plan and save than end up with a mountain of debt.
Yeah, you don't want to come back from that trip and be met with a bunch of bills.
Yeah.
So it sounds like Sagittarius should start planning those adventures now.
Exactly. Start putting that money aside.
Now, speaking of planning, let's move on to the ever-organized Capricorn.
Always on top of things.
What does their financial forecast reveal?
Well, Capricorn can expect a year of solid progress. The first half of the year is really focused on career stability and even potential for a raise.
Sounds good so far.
Yeah, not bad at all. But once we hit that second half, things start to shift towards investment luck. This is the time for Capricorn to explore those low-risk opportunities they've been researching. Think index funds, bonds, anything with a nice steady return.
Very Capricorn. Now, how about Aquarius? What's in their financial future?
Aquarius is in for a lucky year.
Oh, I like that.
Not only are they going to see steady growth in their main source of income, but there's also a really strong chance of unexpected financial gains. Think inheritances, winning a contest, maybe even just finding a $20 bill on the street, that kind of thing.
That is lucky. All right, finally, let's talk about dreamy Pisces. What does their financial flow look like in 2025?
Pisces, get ready for a year of diverse income streams. There's a real possibility of money coming from some unexpected sources. Maybe a creative project takes off, or they find a really lucrative side hustle. But here's the catch. Pisces needs to be extra careful with budgeting and planning, especially during Mercury retrograde.
Oh, that's right, Mercury retrograde.
Yeah, those periods could bring some financial challenges, so having a really solid plan in place will be key.
Okay, so a year of potential and a little bit of caution for Pisces.
Exactly.
Well, this has been a fascinating journey through the Zodiac and the year ahead. Before we sign off, any final words of wisdom for our listeners out there?
Yeah, no matter your sign, remember that financial well-being is really about making informed choices and being adaptable. Use this information as a guide, but don't be afraid to adjust your course as the year unfolds.
Sounds like a good plan.
And you never know, maybe with a little bit of luck and a lot of smart planning, 2025 will be your most financially successful year yet.
I like that. Well, thanks for listening to this deep dive into the 2025 financial forecast. If you want more insights like this, be sure to subscribe to Lucky Fortune English. And don't forget, subscribing to our channel will bring you good luck. See you again.
See you next time.